Start.
Hello again, welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is BGFH, back again for another iOS app video. And I am going to show you yet one more reading app. I know we've covered a lot of these, but this one is actually kind of unique and really cool. So I believe this is probably wrapping up all of the kind of reading and books and that kind of app thing. So we'll definitely move on to other stuff here in the next videos. But I do want to cover this app because it came out fairly recently and I just discovered it not long ago, and I gotta say I kind of like it. We're going to look at Voice Dream Reader today, and I'm going to open it up here.
Voice Dream.
I got it in my list,
Voice Dream.
or my
Folders.
task list
Button.
here. So this app combines letting you read documents that you've pulled in through various services like Dropbox or edited on your device, and it lets you pull in books from Project Gutenberg and Bookshare. So a lot of people, I really think that the Read2Go app is really good, and but a lot of people, they're like, well, I don't really want to pay $20 for it. I think it's well worth it. But because this book has started to also offer Bookshare content, a lot more people are switching to this particular app to read Bookshare books as well. And I do have one of those downloaded in this app to show you guys. And again, I'm not going to show you necessarily every feature and every button in this app, but I do want to show you an overview of what it is, what it does, and kind of how to get started with it. So there's a lot in here.
Folders. Button.
So in the upper left, I have Folders button. If I go back to that,
Folders.
what's nice about this, even compared to like the Bookshare app, I could, especially if there were books that I wanted to go back to or just organize what I want to read, I could have a Bookshare folder. I could have then maybe a certain series folder under that, if I'm continuing a certain series or an author that I really like. And I could have, if I wanted to be reading personal documents and things like that. So
Selected. All items.
all items.
Playlist.
I got a playlist.
BOFH.
BOFH. That is a folder that I've created, and I'll give you a sneak peek. I don't know if I've really covered the origin of my kind of username or handle on YouTube, the BGFH. That is derived, yes, from this BOFH, and it's a very entertaining series of things that I will kind of talk more about at some other point. However, let's go back
Selected.
into all items.
Folders.
And we
Button.
have
1. SSB training proposal.
So
9
that's a
minutes, 50
document that I have that I created that I wanted to have read.
BOFH 2001. SSB training proposal. 9 minutes 53 seconds.
So what's cool
Slide up or
about
down
it
to select.
is that it not only tells you the title, but it tells you how long it'll take to read that article based on your speech settings. So I can read this with voiceover just like I can with Read2Go, but just like Read2Go, I can also use other voices like the acapella Heather voice, which I have downloaded or that it comes with, and that is the same voice that you heard in Read2Go. So if, depending on how you have that voice set, fast or slow, it takes that into account and it'll tell you how long it'll take to actually read using those settings, which is a nice touch.
BOFH 2007, 2 hours 1 minute. BOF 2005, 50. BOF 2004, 1. BOF 2003, 1 hour 22 minutes 45
So
seconds.
let's say that I wanted to pop into one of these real quick. I'm going to pop in there.
Home button.
And it just goes into the article itself, or the document itself. So then now if I start at the top of the screen,
Home
I
button.
can go home and go to my list of articles again.
Editor.
I'm going to flick
button.
editor. Now editor, it's not, it doesn't really support like DOC. I'm not sure if it does DOC, but I know it doesn't do DOCX. I believe you're kind of limited to text and maybe RTF right now, but he may expand that in the future based on need and what he can get created there. But you can edit some of these documents as well, which is pretty cool.
Action button.
Action, I'm not sure what that does.
Alert. Export all text.
Okay.
Button. Export highlights button. Share button.
Fair enough.
Cancel button.
We'll cancel. So I
Action.
haven't used every feature in this app. I have read a fair number of documents and things in this app, and I do like it, but I haven't played with all of its advanced features myself yet.
Editor.
So,
Button.
action.
Button. Voice settings. Button.
Voice settings. I'll pop into there.
Voice setting. Words. Speech rate. Default. Words per minute. 405 words per minute. Adjustable. Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
So I'm going to slow it down a bit for you guys because
405 words per minute. 372 words per minute. 340 words per minute. 308 words per minute.
I think that should be slow enough. I don't know what that actually will be, but let's see.
Decrement. Button. Increment. Button. Language. English.
So language, English, it does support multiple languages.
Pronunciation dictionary.
And that's cool. It actually has a pronunciation dictionary, which is very cool and very helpful. I wish VoiceOver had that.
Voice store.
Voice store. This is pretty cool because there's actually a lot of different voices
Voice store.
that you can get,
Voice
and you
settings.
can sample
Back button.
them.
1. Bridget. By Neo Speech. English. United Kingdom. Dimmed. By $2.99. But play sample. Button.
Let's play sample.
Alert.
NeoSpeech is the fastest growing provider of text-to-speech software and applications for the mobile, enterprise, entertainment and education markets. Our voice-text TTS software is available in configuration.
Yada yada.
Voice
That's
store.
actually not bad.
sample.
I haven't actually heard that particular Neo Speech voice. I know of Kate and Paul, but I haven't heard of that one. That actually, for a British English voice, that's not bad. So, a lot of these voices are like a couple bucks, $2-3, and there are some that have like different, like some of these voices actually have like voice inflection or like emotion kind of thing in them, and they're kind of interesting. I wonder if I can
4.
find
Peter.
one.
By a cappella. English. United
Acapella.
Kingdom. Dimmed. 9.
I don't
Peter
want to
Sad.
spend.
By a cappella.
Yeah. Okay.
English.
Here we go.
United 8. Nizarang. By a cappella. 9. Peter Sad. By a cappella. By $1.09. Play sample.
Let's
Button.
play sample. Peter Sad.
Hello, I am Peter Sad, the male British English speech synthesis voice from Acapella. Efficient, fast.
Cancel. Button. Voice
Okay,
store.
so
Play sample.
they have a lot of different voices in here to choose from. Let me
4.
see if I can
Julie.
find another.
By Neo Speech. 5. Kate. By Neo Speech.
Anyway, you get the idea. So
Voice
you
setting.
can preview the you can preview the voices and then buy them really quickly and easily right through the app, which is very nice. And there are your voice settings. So let's back
Reader.
out to my
Back
book
button.
again.
Home.
And voice settings.
Text settings. Button.
Text settings, again, I can change my foreground, background color, text size, highlighting color, all that kind of standard stuff.
Add bookmark.
Add
Button.
bookmark, self-explanatory.
Previous item. Button.
Previous item,
Title. BOF 2003. Next item.
next
Button.
item.
Text. BOFH 2000.
So there's my text body if I wanted to just use VoiceOver and read it by VoiceOver commands.
Bookmarks.
On the bottom, I have a bookmarks list if I have added any.
Rewind. Button. Play. Button. Fast forward. Button. Search. Button.
I can search the book just like all these other services.
Elapsed time 0 second.
And there is my slider. So just to give you a play,
Button.
I'll just do a start of this weird story here.
BOF 2003, Episode 1. IT's just a bit of fun. The Fi cries. No one takes IT seriously. I think the people concerned are taking it rather seriously, the boss responds unhappily. In fact, the number of complaints I've seen so far would indicate that everyone involved is taking it seriously. I'm not taking it seriously, I point out sagely. Neither am I, Defiance. You're bloody running it.
Pause.
The
Button.
boss.
So that's, like I said, it's not going to make sense to you like a lot of the characters. And that's where I would use the dictionary to change one of those because it said PFI or Phi or whatever. It actually should be PFY, which is an abbreviation that they use regularly throughout this BOFH series. So the nice thing is, because this does have a dictionary thing that I can change, I could make it sound better, which I actually just might do. So that is how you can read a book. The nice thing is,
Home. Button.
let's go back.
BOF 2002.
I have
1
a
hour
whole
9.
bunch
Rose
of
Seth,
these.
The Riptide Ultra Glide. Tim Dorsey. 5 hours,
That
27
is a
minutes,
weird
31
book.
seconds.
This author
Swipe up
is
or down to
just
select-
weird. So if you want to listen to something just really off the wall bizarre, he's got a whole series of these books. That is a messed up series.
The Riptide Ultra Glide. Selected. The Rip
This is a Bookshare book,
Home
remember?
button.
So again, if I play this,
Play button.
The Riptide Ultra Glide Tim Dorsey Notice. This accessible media has been made available to people with bona fide disabilities that affect reading. This notice tells you about restrictions on the use of this accessible media, which could be a book, a periodical, or other content. Copyright notice.
Pause.
Title.
Button.
so there's my disclaimer at the beginning of the book as usual, but I can search for and download the books right through the app, and because it does use its own voice, if I don't want to use voiceover, I can use any of these downloaded voices and treat it like a media player, and therefore lock my screen to save battery life and not accidentally hit the screen and mess up the progress. So it's just a really nice app that combines Bookshare and personal documents and all that kind of stuff. If I back out to the main menu here, there's a couple options on the bottom I do want to show you really quickly before wrapping up.
Add button.
Now if I go to this add button in the lower left,
Alert. Dropbox.
I get a
button.
whole bunch of options, and this is sweet.
Dropbox.
I can import from Dropbox, so if I have the Dropbox app and set up here, boom, I can just dump anything right into this app,
iTunes. Button.
pull it from iTunes,
Web browser. Button.
web browser, oh that's cool, I haven't even tried that,
Editor. Button.
editor,
Clipboard. Button.
so if I have something in the iOS clipboard, dump that in there.
Gutenberg. Button.
That's my Project Gutenberg. If you want to get some public domain books from there, you can.
Bookshare.
And
button.
Bookshare. If I go to Bookshare, then it would give me the interface and have me log in and everything and set that up if I didn't already. And I could search for and grab a book directly from the Bookshare service. And then, oops,
Bookshare. Cancel.
cancel.
Button.
So
Cancel.
I'm not going to actually import another book right
Add
now.
button.
But I really, like I said, I mean, I did breeze over a lot of the features, but we've looked at so many reading apps already, and they're kind of looking a little similar. But like I said, this one does have a lot of flexibility
Add
and a lot
button.
of power, actually. So
Refresh. Button.
I can refresh my list of items.
Sort order. Button.
I can choose my sort order, newest, oldest, whatever, criteria,
Settings. Button.
and then my settings for my app.
Now reading. Button.
And back to my now reading, so I can quickly just pop back to whatever it is that I was last reading, just like you would in like a media app. So that's actually very cool. And in order to use the Bookshare import, you do have to go to settings and actually go to that and set up your Bookshare username and password so it knows to grab, that you do have access to that particular service. So like I said, that is just a really quick rundown of using the Voice Dream Reader app. I just discovered it not too long ago, and I gotta say, I really like it. I mean, there are things I'm just so used to using Bookshare or the Read to Go app, and I really like it. But that said, if I wanted to read something in different voice, or especially if I wanted to use, read a Word document or some of these other, like the BOFH and other files like that, and I didn't want to read them with voiceover, but wanted to, just lock the screen and use it like a media player and read my books. Great app for doing that. So I think that'll about do it for reading our, whole bunch of different reading apps. But like I said, if you can't find anything to read in any of these, then, like I said, there's just so much out there. If it's not available in one of these apps, it's probably not available in electronic format. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, I will talk to you guys later.